Good evening. Welcome back to Inspirations by Terry. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everyone is doing well. If you are new to this channel, be sure to like the video because you're here and subscribe. And if you're not new to this channel, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video with your friends, family. Leave a comment if you like, and make sure you share. Okay. All right. Today, I want to talk about our appearance. I saw on YouTube this video of Sarah Jakes, and she was preaching, and as she was preaching, she was like kept grabbing her hair. I mean her hair, well, and pulling it forward and pulling it forward. And next thing you know, she's like, I might as well take it off. And she took off her wig. She had a wig cap on. And she like, to like someone else on the platform to say, I don't care. And she even mentioned she doesn't care. I'm going to keep preaching. I'm going to keep, I got to get this word out. And she kept preaching with the wig cap on. She threw her wig to the girl to come get it because it kept falling off, like it wasn't securely placed on, I guess, because she was, moving her head, so the wig cap came loose. I mean, not the wig cap, but the wig fell off. And I was sitting there watching it. And I think I watched it like a few times, and I thought, wow, what do you do in a situation like that? Do you stop? Can't stop, right? Because there's so many people there. So I think she handled the situation so well because she kept going. She, said, it's not about my hair. It's not about this at all. It's about this word that I'm trying to get out to you. And she just kept on ministering. My point, I'm using that as an example to speak about us. I thought that, wow, that was like something, maybe that was God's, Yah's way of saying, you don't need that on your head, And then a couple other people in the audience took off their wigs and, came to the stage, not to the stage, but I guess, the platform there, and they put their wigs there, like, in solitude with her to say, I'm with you. Don't worry about it. Keep going. We're proud of you. Keep going. Like, this is no problem. Keep going. And I just want to say to my Hebrew sisters, Hebrew, if you are what they used to call us Black American or whatever, we are Hebrews. And I want to speak to my Hebrew sisters today because I know that a lot of us, most of us, spend millions and millions of dollars on buying hair, on how we appear when we get there, like what we look like when we arrive, the time, the maintenance, the all the preparation to get this thing together. My sister does hair, and I sat in her kitchen, in her shops, hours. Like, I could be a hairdresser based on the stuff that I seen her do, just by the hours spent with the gluing and and applying the heat so everything stays in place and it does what it's supposed to do. And that's a lot. That is a whole lot to prepare for. And there's nothing wrong with wearing a wig per se. There's nothing wrong with that. But when do we as Hebrew women show up authentically? When do we decide that we're going to embrace who we are, embrace the image in which we were created? And even though it's not what was given to us, it's not what it has been demonstrated to us in movies and videos, in magazines, or whatever was used as the social norm or as a standard of beauty in our society, it wasn't represented there at all. So we have nothing really to look to give us to gauge, to gauge us and to say, well, this is beautiful or that's beautiful, because we've been given everything but ourselves. We've been given long flowing hair and blue eyes and fair skin. These is all the images that they portrayed. It started way back in slavery. You know how they would take the fair women and put them in the house and call them house, ninjas, and then I guess there had to be, some kind of envy, for the people who were out in the field versus the person who got to be in the house, the big house. So they strategically created an image, not only with our skin, also with everything, with our hair, with everything. Trust me, it has been a plan of the enemy for since as far back as we can even remember. But I want to say this, that although they have never given us an image of who we are, and said that this was beautiful and your skin was beautiful and your hair was beautiful, I want you to know, my Hebrew sisters, that in the word of the Most High in Solomon, the Song of Solomon, it's just like maybe 5 chapters. Go read the Book of Solomon, But in the Song of Solomon in chapter 4, verse 7, he's telling his wife how beautiful she is with her locks. That means that her hair was not flowing and long and, well, it could have been long, but it wasn't this stringy stuff that, we think is an image of beautiful. But he's telling her and praising her how beautiful she is, and her skin kissed by the sun, and, talking about her lips. And, it's a very sensual, beautiful love story that he's, telling his soon to be, his betrothed wife. And it's beautiful. And I just want, us to know as Hebrew women that that is not who we are. We were never told that, maybe you were, maybe your mother, but I'm saying as a whole that our hair is beautiful, because if so, we would not be out here spending our paycheck every time we get paid $200 a pop, dropping 150 a pop here, going to get hair that's not ours, getting it glued in, sewed in, to create an image, a false image, because that is not you. And all the money wasted. What can we be doing with that $200? Can we be taking ourselves on vacation? Can we be getting new tires for a car? If we don't have a car, saving for a car. But rather we walk around looking like $1 million when we have nothing in the bank, nothing at home, but we have $500 on our head on fake hair. That's not even beautiful, because it's not yours. And who set the standard for that to be beautiful? I love a kinky coil. I love a natural look. If your hair is not the way you want your hair to be, nurture your hair. Care for your hair. The same $200 that you would spend in, on hair. Go get you some hair oil, some good, moisturizing cream. Get you some good leave-in conditioner and begin to love your hair. Begin to just look at it and love it, and just love it and love it until you really love your hair. I remember when I first went natural, and I was used to getting perms. My sister used to put perms in my hair, and one day I said to her, I am sick of, my hair used to be so thick and just beautiful, nice and thick hair. It was always nice and thick. And then I noticed that with the perms, it started making my hair thin in certain areas, and then we would blow dry it so we can cut it in a bob and we can walk down the street and it can flow freely. There's nothing wrong with that. And I was like, when she would, like when it was time for me to get my relaxer or a touch-up or whatever, and I was like, I don't like the way my hair is feeling. I don't like, I think that I'm going to leave these perms alone, and I'm not going to be putting this chemical in my hair anymore. So I let it go and I just started doing braids, and I was like trying to get all that poison out of my hair, and I started wearing braids. And then when I took my braids out and said I want to go natural, and well, I was already natural, but had wear nothing but my hair, just my hair with some good vitamin stuff, like mango, not mango. I'm drinking mango juice, that's why mango's on my mind. um, like some kind of good shea butter or whatever that I was conditioning my hair with. So when I first did it, and I because it takes time for you to get your curl pattern down right, and when your hair to get used to just being free, because you kept it under this and kept it under that. But it takes a minute for your hair to agree with you, or to say, okay, I'm going to behave or whatever, because our hair is a different texture, beautiful, strong, healthy hair, so when the one day I wore my hair to work, and I I think it was a twist out maybe. And this was new. I wasn't used to doing this. And when I left my house, my hair was very, very cute, looking really, really nice. Then when I went to the bathroom to go to work, my hair like shh, like I call it like a snatch back, shh, and it just popped back. And I'm like, oh my goodness, oh. And I just wanted to like crawl into myself and say, oh, I don't even want to go back to work. I just wish I had a hat to put on my head, but I couldn't. So I went back to my desk and I kept on looking in the mirror at myself, and I'm like, oh, uh, you know, but I had to do this all day until like maybe the 25th time that I looked in this little mirror that I had on my desk. And I'm like, I'm not used to it, but it doesn't look that bad. Even though it's snatched back, it's okay, And I had to tell myself, and I had to tell myself, and I had to go home and do it again, and go home. And I said, you know what? Maybe I need a little bit more product in my hair to make it not feel like it's, So I put a little bit more product, and I'm telling you, it took me, I don't know, a minute, couple months, maybe 5 or 6 months, and that's a minute to really get to a point where I can do it. I felt comfortable, and I liked my hair. Where people were saying, "Oh, Terry, your hair looks pretty," and I'm like, "Thank you." And I was being me. I wasn't wearing anyone else's hair. I wasn't making the Chinese people rich by going and supporting them, coming into our neighborhoods, building stores, driving up in our neighborhoods with Mercedes and Range Rovers and um, and Volvos and all that kind of stuff, and leaving our neighborhoods in the hood and going out into the suburbs and living in their great homes, because we are too lazy, or too insecure maybe, or not confident enough to take the journey. And I just want to encourage you, take the journey. You know, take the journey with yourself, with your friends, with your daughters. Come on, we have to embrace who we are as a people. We can't always be comparing ourselves and looking to another race as a standard of beauty when we were the first people. We are the standard of beauty. We are beauty. We have to know that we are beautiful. We have to know that our hair, you know how they say you have a girl and she might have straight hair, and we say, oh, she has good hair. Where do we get that from? Your hair is good. If you have hair on your head, it's good. If it's thick, it's good, because you can do more with it. You can do so many things. Embrace who you are. You were created that way. Love it. If it takes months for you to just stand in the mirror and just tell yourself over and over and over again, I love my hair. I love what I look like. I love my nose. I love my lips. I love whatever it is that you don't love about yourself, or whatever it is that you're trying to love. Come on, get in there and tell yourself that you accept who you are as you are, and show up authentically you. And not even to talk about the lashes that look like fur coats, thicker than your own hair. It's just horrible. Those lashes is horrible. The the cat claw nails that look like if they touch you, it will just cut you or puncture you and blood will come oozing out. How do you get any work done? How do you even live with those things? They just look so scary, witchy to me. It's just me, my view. Like, what do you like? Come on, guys. We're giving our money to all these different things when we can be investing in ourselves, investing in stores, opening up stores to do creating our own hair care products, getting in the kitchen and messing around with some stuff, some shea butter and some different things and oils and creating things that will make our hair strong and healthy and, be creative. Embrace who you are. It could be a business adventure waiting to happen. Like once we take the moment and discard all these outside things that have nothing to do with who we are as a person, truly, it has nothing to do with it. We will begin to be free and we will begin to be happy that we don't have to run to a hair store because there's some event coming and we want to look apart when you can just go in the mirror and begin to embrace your hair and make it beautiful for the event and make yourself beautiful as well. I just want to share this in First Peter. The scripture says about the outward, don't be I think it's First Peter 4:7. And I'm not there because I just wanted to talk about the hair. I'm sorry. But it says, don't be caught up with the outward adorning of gold and apparel and the plaiting of hair and all those, the embroidering, all these things. Don't be caught up with that because it's not about your outward appearance. But what matters most is not your outer appearance, but the styling of your hair, the jewelry you wear, the cut of your clothes, if your clothes fit a certain way. But it's your inner disposition, it's your inner man that matters the most. And we need to cultivate our inner beauty. We need to cultivate those things. Be kind, be gracious, show up as who you are. Do you even know who you are? Do you love who you are? If you take off your wig, your lashes, your nails, whatever else you may have, contact lenses to make your eyes a different color and you were not created that way, and you look in the mirror, can you just say to yourself, oh, I love me. I'm going to build on this, on this right here, just what I am, build on that. Instead of always having to go spend money, spend 100 hours trying to create this outward appearance of beauty, and then you're evil, you're nasty, you're hateful, and you think you're so beautiful, and your makeup is everything's on fleek, and you just look apart, but inside you don't feel whole, you don't feel happy, and you just feel like it takes that to make you happy. If it takes that outward stuff to make you happy, then I tell you, it's time, sisters, for us to work on and cultivate our inner beauty. I also want to shout out to Sarah. I am, I listen to some of your messages. I'm not a real follower of you, but I think you're a beautiful person. If you happen to see this message, I want you to know that I think that you handled that situation. You aced it, you continued, you gave God the glory, and I salute you, sis. But I tell you, I don't know what your hair looks like under that wig cap. I don't know if it's short, long, medium, whatever, but I know that you could do something to that thing, to your hair, and make it pop, because you are beautiful. You are beautiful, Sarah. And rock your hair. Maybe that was a sign, because all those wigs, not for you, I'm talking to everyone now. Wigs, it's like idolatry. Like we feel like we need these things to make us beautiful, to make us look apart. But what is that part that we're looking? We have to get past that. It ain't about looking apart. It's about being a part of the body of Hamashiach. It's not the look. It's the being, the state of being in peace, being in righteousness, being whole, being confident and it has nothing at all to do with the outside appearance. Now, to everyone, I just want you to know that you're beautiful. Do your scarves. You can do your scarves. You can do braids. You can do your natural hair. You can do so many things. Our hair is so versatile. We can rock our hair, and no one can steal that from us, because no one has that but us. And we can rock it, and we can make them say, hey, you know, what can I do to get my hair like that? You know, I'm here in the Gambia. I see so many European and so many German and all kind of women here wearing braids, and it looks really, really funny, because I'm not used to seeing European women wearing braids and extensions. But over here in the Gambia, oh yeah, they're rocking our styles. They want, you know, what we think that we don't want, or we think that it's not good enough. They're over here paying for it to be done. So I'm telling you guys, embrace who you are, embrace and love yourself, because that's all you have is yourself. It's all you have. You don't, you know, get another chance at this. So if, you know, my journey started like maybe 8 years ago, start your journey. Do it, you know, do what you have to do. Get free. I also want to shout out to Sarah Jake's husband. I think his name is, I don't even know his name, but I'm going to say Pastor Ture. I don't know his first name, but, you know, he even said to her, you know, this is the beginning of something, you know, babe, this, you know, that happened for a reason. And maybe it's a revolution. And I say, I love the way that you responded to her. That was awesome. And I agree with you 100%. Sarah, listen to your husband. He got something, you know, listen to that, you know, let's change. Let's not, you know, let's not give millions and millions of dollars to these hair stores anymore. We're over here making a whole other nation rich when we're over here suffering, lacking so many different things. And it's time for us to build our community, Hebrews. Okay, it's time for us to get into our authenticity and who we are as a people. All right. So with that being said, I just want to thank you for tuning in again. Like the video. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, and share the video to as many Hebrew women that you know. I appreciate you. God bless you. And until the next video, take care.